Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Kathie J Show. Hello, how are you today? You're looking good. It's a joy to get to spend some time with you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Any chance we get to chill together, I really appreciate you giving the time to me, so thank you very much. If you could, just go and follow us on our YouTube channel, Kathie J. You can stay up with everything that's happening on the show right there on the YouTube channel. So thank you very much. All right, everybody. So today's show is actually one of the many reasons why I wanted to create the Kathie J Show, because I know that stories like this one have to be told. So Henrietta Lacks, cervical cancer. Do you know what those words mean? Do you even know who Henrietta Lacks is? Most of us don't, but most of us benefit from her. So let's get right into it, shall we? All right, everybody. So on the Kathie J Show today, please welcome founder of Arts and Wellness Women's Wellness Clinic, Gladys Brown Jones Turnbow. Yay! Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell everybody, what is the Arts and Wellness Women's Wellness Clinic?
Arts and Wellness is a faith-based, grassroots, nonprofit organization. And the Women's Wellness Clinic was developed and implemented for giving women the access to free breast and cervical cancer screenings.
Yes. And so why is this important to you?
Well, I am a survivor of cervical cancer, 9 years and counting.
Yay! Hey, it's usually got a 5-year survival rate, so this is great. 9 years and counting. We'll count them.
Most definitely. And when I was told I was cancer-free, I began to share my stories with other ladies in the community. And I found out that a lot of ladies has lost their siblings, mothers, daughters, to cervical cancer. And the common thread that I found with all these ladies had lost people to cervical cancer was that these ladies did not get pap smears. So I decided to start an organization bringing awareness to this silent killer among women.
Yes.
And tell them the importance of getting pap smears.
Yeah, it's not something that's pleasant. None of us like it, but there's a reason why we have to go do it. So cervical cancer, that's where it started with you, but you now have helped how many women get tests?
We have helped 5,430 women.
Yes, that's right, yes. And continuing to count, everybody. Yes. So you help mostly the underserved part of our population, correct?
Yes, what I found out, there is a gap between uninsured and Medicaid. There's a gap right after Medicaid where women do not have insurance. They may make $10 over the limit for Medicaid.
Oh, it drives me crazy. It's like, I can't live on this. But now I can't get anything because I make that extra $10. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So I decided to help fund women to get pap smears at the 9 Health Fair and Inner City Health.
Yes, and then it's become this big thing. You've gone into schools now. I mean, you have a movie presentation that you give to the youth, right?
Yes, we do. We show Someone You Love. It's a movie. It's about 4 women that has cervical cancer, but it highlights the importance of getting pap smears and the Hpv virus.
Yes, yes. So the Hpv virus, we're going to get into that, everybody, when we come back. But when we do come back, it's time for us to all learn the name and the story of Henrietta Lacks. So stay with us. The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back to the Kathie J Show, everybody. Today we are speaking with Gladys. Yay, Gladys! Gladys is the founder of Arts and Wellness. It's a women's health clinic that's here in Denver, and you give free pap tests and free breast exams to women through various health fairs you go to and at the inner city clinic, correct? Yes, and you have an event actually happening tomorrow at the Inner City Clinic. What is it?
Well, tomorrow we're having a Women's Wellness Clinic at Inner City Health, and also 9 Health 365.
Yes.
Also my partners.
Yes.
And they're going to provide the kits for the women, and we're going to have healthy eating habits, how to eat healthy, a demonstration of that.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be great, everybody. And one more time, I want to tell you it's free. Remember, it's free. So all the ladies in your lives, get in there. So let's talk about Henrietta Lacks and the whole reason that we are able to survive cervical cancer. Henrietta Lacks, go ahead and you tell everybody.
Okay. Henrietta Lacks was a black female lady who died in 1951 of cervical cancer, and her cells was harvested for research, medical research. And since then, her cells are all over the world, in just about every lab there is. Her cells help to define the HPV virus.
Yes.
And it also helped to find a cure for cervical cancer. I believe that I'm sitting here because of her cells.
Yes.
Because of the...
That just gave me goosebumps, Gladys. You're absolutely right. So many of us are alive because of her cells.
Yeah.
So what happened was the scientists were, they were taking cells, and they took Henrietta's. Hers were the only cells that didn't die within 24 hours after they were looking at them under a microscope. They actually would double. So that's because of that, the scientists were like, we're onto something here. They actually have nicknamed these cells the HeLa cells, named after Henrietta Lacks. But the problem is they took them without her knowledge or her permission, and millions and billions of dollars have been made off of her and her kids. She had 5 kids when she passed away. Her kids, their kids, all those generations have seen none of that money. That's the problem, right?
That's the big problem, that they have not been compensated for all of this time. She's been dead now for 71 years.
Wow.
And the cells are still living and
Yes.
duplicating as we speak.
Yes, yes.
And they're still being used. Matter of fact, they were used for the COVID-19
vaccine. Yes, they were.
They were used for that. And they've been used for the polio vaccine. They've been to the moon.
Yes.
So they're being used in all types of medicine, research, diseases, viruses, to find a cure.
Yeah.
So she's still healing people, and the family are not being healed financially.
And that's where I think that speaks volumes about what I think is a true problem in our country, is the fact that a lot of people that we have taken from haven't been compensated over the years and do the right thing. So I went to the Johns Hopkins website, because that's where Henrietta was a patient when the cells were taken.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And they said that in 1951 they were in their legal rights because they didn't have anything set up to get permission from patients, whatever. But they're fully aware of what her cells have done. And so they feel that by dedicating a wing of their hospital to her, that's better than giving her family money. In a nutshell, that's kind of what I read on their website. And that hurt my heart, because Johns Hopkins was set up as a hospital, one of the only ones that treated black people back in the day. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of sad that they can't, I was even saying Oprah, she made a movie out of it. Can't she help out the kids? Like, I just feel that there's some justices that should be righted here, don't you? Some injustices.
I believe so, that she's an unsung hero.
Yeah,
Henrietta Lacks
absolutely.
Is. And for her family to be still going through the trauma of losing their mother and the grandkids and all of this, and still not being compensated, is just unheard of.
Wouldn't it drive y'all crazy? It would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Every time I had to go to the doctor, every time I heard there was a new vaccine that my grandmother helped make, it would hurt. It would hurt a lot. So yeah. That's really why I wanted all of us to just be aware of the name and how much we all should be thanking Henrietta Lacks. So thank you, Gladys, for sharing that with us. Okay, I'm sorry if I got a little heated on it. All right. So everybody, when we come back, we're going to find out about the vaccine, the Hpv vaccine, and it actually helps prevent the cervical cancer and a lot of other ones too. We'll be back. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better. Welcome back to the Kathie J Show, everybody. So today we're speaking with the founder of Arts and Wellness Health Clinic. Everybody, this is Gladys. Yay, Gladys. Now, we just learned about the history of Henrietta Lacks. Thank you very much for telling us that. And I am also glad that you're alive, thanks to Henrietta Lacks. So it's time for us now to move forward and talk about HPV and cervical cancer. This is your life right now, isn't it? Isn't it, Gladys? So cervical cancer, it's the 4th most common cancer among women. And what is it? This is your big one. What's cervical cancer?
What is cervical cancer? Cervical cancer is I call it a silent killer.
Yeah.
I also call it a hide and seek virus. Reason why I said it is because one time when I went to the doctor to get a pap smear, they wanted to freeze my cervix. And he said, we can't freeze your cervix today because we're not set up to do that.
Okay.
So make an appointment and come back in within a couple of days and we'll get your cervix frozen. And when I came back a couple of days later, he was just flabbergasted. He pushed his stool back and he says, your cervix is normal. There's nothing there.
Okay.
Pink tissue, everything is beautiful. And so.
And you went, yay!
Yeah, I thought.
But what was the other test about then?
Yeah. But then a few years later, I had another abnormal pap smear, and they thought it was hormonal imbalance. So they gave me estrogen.
Yes.
That did not work. So I would go along for like 5, maybe 6, 7 years. Normal, and all of a sudden abnormal would pop up.
Yeah.
So one day I was getting ready to go to Europe and I had to do a complete physical, and they told me I had squamous cells lesion on my cervix, and they did the leap on me. So after that, I thought I was good again.
Yeah.
5 years later, I go to the doctor for my pap smear, and at this time I'm 61 years of age, and so they're telling me that. Because of your age, you cannot have a pap smear. You don't need a pap smear.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What my history all these years has been normal. I am normal.
Yes, and I want you to know, Gladys, most of us women have had an abnormal test come back.
Yeah.
Because white cells were there, whatever. They always explain it away.
Yeah.
Okay, so so they didn't want to give you a pap test.
No, they did not.
All right.
So I had to sit there and advocate for myself to get a pap smear. So they finally did it, reluctantly. 2 days later, they called me and says, you need to go see a gynecologist because you have your test came back abnormal.
Yeah.
I go to the gynecologist and he says, well, I need you to go see an oncologist.
Yeah.
I said, this is not getting any better here.
No, this is getting worse.
This is getting worse.
So you ended up having cervical cancer.
Stage 1 cervical cancer.
Okay, so thank God you caught it and you were your own advocate.
Yes.
So that's really, everybody, why Gladys is like, be your own advocate. I will set up the free pap test for you and the pre-breast exams, but I need you to be your own advocate and find your way to the Inner City Health Clinic or over to you at Arts and Wellness. So one of the causes of cervical cancer, though, is HPV, right?
HPV virus, yes.
Okay, a human...
Papilloma virus.
I was playing you did
Papilloma virus.
Yes. So, but the HPV vaccine, it's actually a wonder vaccine, right?
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
it helps prevent like 7 different types of cancers.
Yes, it does, and that's why I advocate for the young people to get vaccinated. The CDC recommends that you start from 11 years old to 12, between 11 and 12 to start the vaccination. After 17, they recommend three shots.
Okay.
From 11 to 15 is just 2 doses of the vaccine.
All right. Okay. And then what are the 7? So that's easy enough. Those are just shots. Why do you think parents are so hesitant to let their kids get a shot that can help them prevent cancer in their own children?
I think it surrounds sex.
I do too.
And they don't want to talk about sex to their children because it may encourage them that if you get the shot, you can go in and have sex. So it's a gray area for parents to talk about. Because
sexual activity starts stirring up the cells that can lead to some sort of cervical cancer and stuff. Is that why why are people like, can you not have sex before you get the shot? Why is the sexual part even a part of the talk?
Well, you contract the HPV virus not just because of sex, but it is transmitted through sexual activities.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
It's a skin-to-skin virus.
So parents feel if they're giving them the virus to help them prevent cancer, they're giving them permission to have relations.
Yes.
Is what parents might be thinking. Okay,
so
well then the message isn't that. Parents, follow through with the message.
Yeah. Don't procrastinate, vaccinate.
Yes, that is your message. So when it comes to those low-risk HPV strains that can cause cancer, when it comes to the HPV vaccine, everybody, cervical cancer, you can wipe that out 100% of your child if you get this HPV vaccine.
And most other HPV-related cancers as well.
Come on. So when it goes to vulvar cancer, that's 40% that you can help prevent it.
Yeah.
Penile in men, 12 to 70%. That was a big range, but still, I'll take any chance I can to help prevent any kind of cancer. Head and neck cancer, 100% is the HPV vaccine. Genital warts, those aren't pretty. 100% you can help with those. That's awesome. And then the backside, 80% front side on women, 60 to 90%. That's like amazing. So when it comes to this HPV vaccine, a lot of it was, I mean, it was created thanks to Henrietta Lacks and her cells.
And their cells.
And so once you explain all that to parents, do you find that you have pushback about the importance of how this vaccine can help their kids?
Some do push back, but some see that as a reason for doing it.
Yeah.
And with some of the advertisement that's going on with the vaccine, with the HPV vaccine, it's a little bit more easier to get them to do the vaccination. So we're trying to educate also the providers to talk to the parents.
Yes.
And bring it through that avenue to get them to get the kids vaccinated.
And you know, this isn't just for kids, everybody. The HPV vaccine, hasn't it gone up? Like you now, a certain age group, even older, can now get these shots, right? What did they extend that age group to?
CDC recommends 40 at the age of 45.
45 now you can get this, so that'll help you prevent cancer. That's amazing. Like, let's all get out there. Shoot me up.
And I must say, too, that oropharyngeal cancer is on the rise.
Which is?
Oropharyngeal cancer, the throat.
Yeah.
That is on the rise. It's surpassing cervical cancer.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I mean, everything passes. Let's all know. All right, Gladys. So coming up after the break, thank you for taking us explaining HPV. When we come back, everybody, Gladys is going to tell you the 3 things as parents that you can do to prevent cancer. We'll be back. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we've been laughing and having a good conversation with Gladys Brown Jones Turnbow, everybody. She is the founder of the Arts and Wellness Women's Health Clinic, and we've also been talking about certain cancers and the HPV vaccine. Now, to know that the HPV vaccine can actually shut down certain cancers for our kids, it seems like a win. But I just wanted everybody out there to know one more time why it's important to get that HPV vaccine, and that a lot of people have had it. It's been tested. It's doing good. So who do I have sitting here on my lap?
That is the survivor dog.
Okay.
She is used to represent people that have had cancer and survived it.
Yes, and she's great to squeeze and put all my energy into, and that's kind of her purpose, right? So people can buy this and support your cause, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they can go to artsandwellness.org, and the lady that makes them, tell us, why does she make these?
She makes them because she's a friend of mine and she lives in Texas, and I told her she had to make them.
That's exactly right, Gladys. Okay. So everybody, you can order these dolls at artsandwellness.org. Now, the 3 things that you want parents to know about preventing cancer with their kids. The first one, you said the vaccine's recommended beginning at ages 11 and 12, right? Okay. The second one was the best way to prevent it is to get the vaccine. She kept them real simple to remind all of you. And also, you said that the HPV vaccine is actually reducing the HPV disease.
Yes, it is.
That's important to know,
That's very important. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
And I want to know why this is all so important to you. I know that you're cervical cancer, but you're now hearing the stories of all these women, over 5,000 women that you've helped. What keeps you going every day?
What keeps me going every day is that I want to reach as many women as I possibly can. Women are still dying from this virus, and they're getting it at an older age. I was 61.
Yes, right.
And I probably maybe contracted the virus when I was younger. And
it kept hiding and seeking, like you said.
Yes.
Right. Dipping out.
Dipping out,
yes,
dipping in.
right.
And then when it showed up, when my immune system, I'm a little older, a little bit weaker, it showed up and it was cancer.
Not cool.
Not cool.
No, so we want everybody to, be your own advocate. So you do have an event coming up tomorrow in honor of Henrietta Lacks' birthday.
Yes.
You have a free health clinic.
Yes.
Tell everybody about it.
Well, tomorrow we're having, it starts at 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. It's at Inner City Health Center, and that's located at 3000 York Street, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
And the first 50 women that show up will get a free gift card.
Oh, a free gift card.
Yes.
To where? Do I get to know any of that? I mean, like, where is this? Is it a Visa gift card? What am I looking at here? It doesn't matter. I'll take any gift card. The first 50 women that show up, or do they have to sign up ahead of time for screenings?
No, they just show up.
Really? Show up and get in line at 11 a.m.
At 11 a.m.
And that's at 3800 York Street, everybody, the Inner City Health Clinic. So I want to thank you so much, Gladys, for taking the time to start this foundation that's helped so many women. One of your favorite stories of a woman that you think about when you think about this organization you have? Is there someone that always that you think about at night? I guess it would be you, huh?
It's me.
Yeah.
And Henrietta.
Yeah.
Because I still say if it wasn't for her cells, I may not be a survivor of cervical cancer. And a lot of ladies that are surviving cervical cancer may not be a survivor.
And it's not just cervical cancer. Thanks to her cells, we're surviving COVID-19. We're surviving polio. We're surviving so much that Henrietta Lacks did. So I suggest you tell your kids to do their next book report on Henrietta Lacks. Thank you, Gladys, for joining us and for everything that you're doing in the community. I appreciate you so much. So to help Gladys, please, and more women, she wants to help more women. Donate your time, donate your money, artsandwellness.org. Get your loved ones to get to those annual screenings and get that HPV vaccine. Thank you so much. Have a good day.